If you look around, if you just look around the conference, everything's a tight game like this, and you got to win the full quarter, and we did.
What did that mean to you to meet your team in the locker room after your first win as interim coach?
Well, I mean, it felt good. Like I said, you're happy for the kids. You're happy they've been through a lot, and they had to, like I told them before. I said, right now, the situation we're in, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You got to do it for the man to the right and the man to the left.
What was your thought process when Casey wound up through that long pass to Trey? Trey runs under it. Maybe the emotions going through you in that moment. What you saw in that play?
Well, when I seen Trey, he was even with him, and then I seen Casey launch. We always tell Casey, when you're throwing the ball to Trey, just hit your back foot and throw it far as you can, and he'll go get it. And it worked out in our favor.
You held them to 290 yards. What can you say about the defense and bouncing back from the tough end of the first half there?
Defense played lights out. They played lights out. I want to say they were on third down conversions. I think they were 2 out of 15 on third down conversions. So that means the defense was getting off the field. They were fired up and they played lights out.
What do you think the reason for that was, Mickey? Was it just Bill Bush's new kind of vision, or did the kids just have that much of a will to win?
Well, you take your hat off to the kids first. And then you take your hat off to Bill for simplifying some things. And the way they practice. These kids got a lot of pride. They've been close. They've been close on a lot of games. So they finally got to the full quarter today and separated themselves in the full quarter. They played 4 quarters of football, finally. That's how you win close games. You got to play 4 quarters.
Mickey, what'd you see from Malcolm Barzog tonight?
Malcolm's a little warrior, a little young kid. He's about 17, 18? Yeah, he played big. He's a kid from down south from Mississippi. It's not too big for him. He's a confident kid, and we talked to him all week about if you don't block it, you got to pick it up and score. And he did that, but he played lights out at corner. And I told him, I said, they're not going to throw at you, they're going to throw at you. And he held his own.
What did you see on Turner's ejection?
Well, Turner said he didn't punch him. That when the kid was down, his helmet was down in his eyes. He couldn't get up. So he pushed the kid down, but the referee said it was a punch, so we'll look at it on the tape, and if it was a bad call, we'll turn it in. And the ref also told me that also on the sideline. If he missed it, just let him know, and we'll turn it in.
Mickey, what do you think that fourth quarter can do for the guys going ahead?
Well, I think right now, just their mental right now is like, we can win the fourth quarter. We can win close games. Because they've been so close. They've been so close, and they finally got to a Big Ten game and got to the fourth quarter, and they finished in the fourth quarter.
Mickey, you mentioned in the press conference earlier this week that you wanted to see a play from special teams, and the special teams was really solid tonight. So that blocked punt, how good did that feel?
That was big. We talked about that all week, and it was executed, to the best we can execute it. Joey did a really good job of getting these kids ready. But we said we had a punt that we needed to block, and somebody had to make a play. And I thought, like you said, I thought they special teams played solid tonight.
How important was the physical aspect to you tonight, and how do you feel that you guys performed in that area?
I thought they put their face in the fan. I didn't see anybody shy away. We still had some missed tackles, but I thought for the most part they got them down and they were physical. We said in the beginning of the game, whoever's the most physical team's going to win the game.
Lean on him there on that last touchdown drive. You really went to Anthony. Were you pleased with just how you were able to kind of grind out? I think it was a 6-minute drive there.
Yeah, and early in the game he wasn't seeing it. So I was asking Apple, why is he bouncing everything? And he told me why he was bouncing, but he wasn't seeing it. So we told him just slow down a little bit, because we thought Casey thought he was rushing a lot of the runs. Slow down a little bit, see it, let it develop, and then hit it.
What was the sequence? You brought Chuba in on the 9-yard line the first half. Was Casey hurt? Or is that, do you want to go to someone else there?
No, Chuba needs reps. We thought Casey was struggling, needed to see it sometimes, Coach Osborne did that with us. Took us out sometimes the third or fourth series so you can see it from the sideline. So now you can see what the defense is trying to do to you. So sometimes it's good to take him out. Probably won't be the first time that we take him out and let Chuba go in. Chuba's capable of making plays, and I know he had a turnover in the end zone, but we just help Casey see it from the sideline.
How hard is it when a game is that choppy? I'm not saying it has to be becoming an officiating, but how much of a challenge is that when you're behind the chains a lot, the clock's stopping all the time?
I got to do the better job with this team. We have officials at practice Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I'm probably going to have the officials at practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I got to do a better job. I got to do a better job of getting them to play under control. And I told them, I said, that the non-moving penalties irritates me. And a couple of, pass interference calls. I thought one of the balls was, wasn't catchable, but they had him locked up. They had him covered. You just had to move your feet. But, it's things that we can clean up, and we'll go back and look at it and get better. But if you're going to be an aggressive football team, you're going to have some of those penalties if you're going to be aggressive. But, we're going to go back and look at it because we don't condone that, and we'll get better.
One or two more. Casey looked to take a pretty hard hit when he came out, and he had Chubb in for one play. Casey comes back, makes the 71-yard throw after that. What can you say about his bounce back ability in that spot?
Well, Casey's a tough kid. Casey comes from a tough family. And when we went out to get him, he grabbed me, he said, I'm going back in the game. So, with me, I'm like, okay, go back in.
Anything else for Coach?
You got a short week here with the game Friday. What's like tomorrow like, and just you got to kind of jump back to it?
It'll be the 24-hour rule, then we got to get ready for Rutgers.
How's that first one feel, Mick?
Just 1-0 this week. You know how it goes. Just got to take one at a time. Like I said, I'm happy for the kids. I'm happy for the coaches. As a head coach, you sit up here, but you got to give praise to the guys that's underneath you that put the work in. I'm just leading them right now, but I'm happy for them because they put a lot of work in. They work hard. They're doing things extra what I'm asking them to do. So it's not, it's a little different for them, but they're adapting to it and they understand and they see what I'm seeing.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
players with Trey Palmer. Career high receiving tonight. Questions for Trey?
What is that like when you're running under a deep pass like that? Does time slow down, or how does that experience go for you, and what was that play like?
I mean, I do that at practice, so it wasn't nothing too biggie. So my number got called and I made the play.
How good did that feel? That just to win, to be able to win after what's been a long month.
I mean, it feel good, but we back to work tomorrow. Rutgers versus Rutgers.
What did that moment, a 71-yard catch, I mean, it had been tied at 21 for a long time, and it seemed like the next big move in the game was going to be the one that gave that team a lot of momentum. So what did that moment feel like for you when it happened?
I mean, I just want to transfer my energy to the defense and make them feed off what I did.
How happy are you for Mickey in that, it's his first win as interim coach, and, the excitement on the sideline with everybody, and y'all's first win over a Power 5 school?
I'm just happy the team won. Like, I'm all about the team, so the team won. I'm happy for Coach too, but it's all about the team.
How was the chemistry with you and Casey just, growing through these first, 5 games?
I mean, we get throws at the practice and talk about what we see when I run a route and what he see, and we just compare that. Then we practice that route at the practice.
How important was it for you guys, after your long touchdown, you came back on that next drive and you kind of pounded at them. You had a couple third down catches, 6-minute drive. Can that be a confidence booster for this team, finishing the game the way you did?
I mean, my number got called and I made the play. That's all I'm here for. When my number called, I'm going to just make the play.
Trey, we all know that your connection to Coach Joseph goes back a lot farther than just this season. So with that in mind, what have you seen from him and just kind of the progression of all of this for the last month and a half, and how happy are you for him?
I mean, I'm happy he handled the situation very well. Like, he handled it very, very well. Schedule changing and everything, but he handled it very well.
Other questions for Trey?
Be that smile, Trey.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right.
Thanks.
I'm sure it's on here. I hope they don't have paper.
Garrett Nelson, career high 2 sacks tonight. Questions?
Baller.
How about that defense? I mean, everything you guys have been through in the last 3-4 weeks, how would you summarize how you guys rebounded and just played tonight?
Yeah, it's not funny. It's kind of cool because me and Nick and long story short, Grant Taggy and Nick did a Murph from Mike Murphy, the Navy SEAL, during our bye week, and it's just kind of been a running thing that they always talk about never being out of the fight. It's kind of what we were saying and preaching on the sideline: never out of the fight, chop wood, carry water, and that's what we've been doing the past couple of weeks as a team. It's a rough situation that we've been in, obviously. But coming out and fighting like we did, fighting like we always do, getting that, never being out of the fight. So super proud of those guys, super proud of these coaches, never giving up on us. It's awesome.
What do you
think it was different, the way that you guys played defense?
I think a lot of just with the cohesiveness of what we've been doing and kind of getting everybody on the same page of what we're doing with just fits or just mentality-wise of what we want or what we are as a defense, and finally realizing that. And, obviously it was a great win, show what we can do, and now we just got to carry that over into the coming weeks.
After everything that y'all have been through this season, last year, go as far back as you want, how does this feel tonight?
Pretty sweet. It's always fun when we get a win, highs, especially for football, but, can't ride that roller coaster and go all the way up and all the way down. Just being a steady drum beat as a leader, as a captain. Celebrating this is awesome, but obviously want more of these, but can't get too high, can't get too low. Just keep pounding.
What was the talk at halftime? Because you guys were pretty dominant the first 24 minutes. You had those 2 drives at the end of the half, and then you shut them out. What did you guys kind of talk about at the break?
Just the same thing we've been saying. It's going to be a fight. I mean, it's a Big Ten football game. It's going to be 60 minutes of fight and never being out of it. Always got to do your job. Go out there and focus on what we're doing and focusing on that series, that play, while you're in the moment. And nothing, no, I guess, major adjustments, but just reiterating what we've been doing.
Was it a special locker room? I mean, Mickey's first win as head coach, just when he comes in, and what's that like?
It's pretty cool. I mean, I love Mickey. I'm gonna ride with him. He's been put in a rough situation. He's been absolutely flourishing in that spot and taking care of us and making sure we're all right mentally and physically. Bringing the mentality, bringing the energy, understanding. In this spot, he's maximizing his spot right now, which is phenomenal, and I love him. I love him to death. Even before he was a head coach, I love him to death, and I can't thank him enough for the guy he is and the coach he is, and like I said, sticking with us and my teammates, and sticking together, and getting through this rough patch.
What's different for you guys with Bill as the defensive coordinator now?
Obviously, with new faces or just new calls, things like that. But I would give a lot of the praise to him, because obviously he was the same kind of situation with Mickey. Was brought in here for a different spot, got a bigger spot and bigger responsibilities, and is flourishing in that role, doing really well, doing a really good job. And but I give it up for my teammates, just sticking with us and sticking with each other, and sticking with me as a captain, as a player.
What are some of the things that Coach Bush tried to implement this week that you saw actually play out on the field today?
Just new defenses, new calls. There's nothing revolutionary or world, bending, but just getting guys in the right spot and teaching and coaching and finally kind of understanding the whole concept.
Obviously, Malcolm was behind you, but how big was him?
He's pretty sweet. He's got really long arms. No, I told him I hopefully I'd catch him again. I told him, I think when the offense had the ball and we were just running out the clock first downs, I hugged him and I told him how proud I am. He did a lot better job as a freshman than I did. So, especially being out on an island as a corner like that, he did phenomenal, and told him I was super proud of him, stepping up, doing his job.
Returning a block punt for a touchdown.
Yeah, no, that's gonna have to give him a big hug.
What have these last 3 or 4 weeks been like for you? Just you can't. It's hard to just set it all aside.
I was gonna say how much time you got. It's oh man, it's been a lot. Honestly, it's been a lot of I'm for all of us, not just me. Like another long story short, the guys, a lot, like 30 dudes live on one block together, and we're all really, really close. And for years, we've been, in the summer, in the backyard or whenever, we just talked about how badly we want to win and be a good football team, and progress this program, and how much it means to us, not even just those guys on that block, but just everybody on the team. And what has happened in our careers is nothing short of rough. But like I said, these guys have believed in each other, believed in me, helped, talked, you know, some uncomfortable talks or some feeling talks, but helped each other out mentally. Coming and showing up to work every day. Nothing in the sense of nothing changing. You know, they're still playing their ass off, doing everything that we asked them to do, and like I said, sticking together. So it's been a lot. It's discovering a lot about myself and about ourselves. So.
What do you see is out there for you guys over these next 7 games?
Well, that was the beginning of the Big Ten, wasn't it? That was conference play. So now we got 7 more games. 7 more games. So, you know, next stop sign, it's in Piscataway. So see you up there.
All good? Thanks, Jerry.
Appreciate it, guys.
Luke Reimer from the defensive side, and then we'll have Casey in here after Luke. How you feeling right now?
Feel great. Winning is real fun. Makes football fun. So yeah, I feel amazing right now.
What's the past couple weeks been for you personally?
Chaotic, honestly. Like, we lost our coach, our D coordinator, so just so many changes, and just like losing's already really hard as it is, and then going through losing and then having coaching changes as well. It hasn't been fun at all. It's been a challenge, but I think it's made us a stronger unit and stronger team by going through hard things, and it's helped me personally go through hard things and just kind of realize where my values are at. So it's been good, and hopefully we can stack some wins.
How do you work through all that, especially with the coaching changes as a player?
Just come to work every single day and just do your job, do it the hardest you can, to the best of your ability, and just don't let yourself get caught slacking when it's really hard to wake up in the morning and go practice, when you have coaching changes and just all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's just waking up every day with the attitude of getting better. So.
Fourth quarter of that game looked like you guys had a lot of fun. How fun was that in the fourth quarter to really dominate like you got after?
Yeah, that was a blast. I mean, I thought our defense played really, really good compared to the last couple weeks. And I think that was just a testament to all of us, and just like really honing in after that bye week of just locking in and just getting the calls in and just getting our feet set and just playing football. Like, we're Division I athletes. We're pretty good at playing football. So just getting our feet set and playing.
What kind of a confidence, or what can that the way you played in the fourth quarter against a Big Ten team do for mood, just the vibe of this team moving forward?
Yeah, it's just a huge morale booster, and just knowing we can now play a fourth quarter game, a close game. Like last year, we lost every single close game we had, and then Northwestern as well. Like we just seemed like it was a mountain we just couldn't climb. But today was a huge just morale booster where we could win those close games, and now it's just stacking days and stacking wins.
You had a heck of a hit that ended up in an interception. Just like take me through that play and ending up in the ball and just kind of everything that went through all that.
Yeah, it actually was a busted coverage by me as well. It was me and Nick. We'd had miscommunication before the snap, and I think the tight end was running free, so it was kind of a really lucky play, honestly. But it just happened to fall right into my lap. So just right place, right time. So.
It did seem like the defense was a little different tonight. And better, yes, but schematically it looked a little different. Can you explain broadly why it looked more aggressive?
Oh, we just simplified it. That was the biggest thing. We just really simplified our calls. Like last year, we had a really good defense, and we had a lot of old guys, 6-year, 7th-year guys even, and a lot of talent. And then this year, we had a lot of new guys coming in and stepping up and playing those roles. So there just wasn't that grasp and understanding of the defense of what we had a year ago. So this bye week and stuff, we just really honed in on just simplifying things for everybody, the back end, linebackers, and the D-line. So I think it worked out really well, but like I said, it's just one win now. Now we just have to keep stacking them.
Not just defense, Luke, but the special teams came up with a couple really big plays. Mm-hmm. And Coach Bush has had his fingerprints on both of those units this year. Why is there something about the way he communicates or his process that makes it easy to respond to his coaching?
Yeah, I love Bush. He's been around for forever. He's been coaching for a long time, so he's really, really good at what he does. He's won a national championship with LSU in 2019, so he's been around it. He's a very good coach, and we just listen to him. We love him, and we play real hard for him. So I think it's evident by what you see on the field.
Look, there were a lot of times I saw you kind of getting the crowd up and going and really soaking in the moment. What was it like just playing in that with a lead after everything you guys have gone through the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, Memorial is one of the best atmosphere I've played at in the Big Ten, and basically anywhere. So it's just really cool to just kind of take it in, and just you don't get very many ops of playing at Memorial Stadium. There's a small number of games you get in Memorial Stadium, so you just have to take. You'd never know when's your last one, so just so I've just been trying to take it in and just enjoy it because it's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football.
There was a moment before, I think the start of the fourth quarter, when Mickey gathered everyone together, like the entire team came on the field, and you guys all held your fingers up in the air.
Yeah.
What was that?
Just kind of a mental thing for us. It's just fourth quarter. It's ours to take. I can't remember the score at the time, but it was ours to take. Like they were playing good. We were playing good. Like it was a 4-quarter battle. So it's kind of just a mental thing. And we're like, all right, 1 quarter to go. Let's go earn it. So.
What did you guys think about hearing from Trev in the locker room? Former Blackshear talking to you guys.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, he's had to make some really hard decisions past couple weeks, and I'm not jealous of his job right now. So, but yeah, it's just it was just really fun and really cool to have him come in and just kind of give the game ball to Coach Joseph. So that was cool.
Anything else for Luke? All right.
Thank you, guys.
3? I don't know. Yeah. Rushing. Too passive.
Still counts, right?
Giant counts. Questions? How's your shoulder?
Pretty banged up, I mean, honestly, but just playing through adversity, pushing through it, and I'll be able to get treatment on it. Something I should be able to manage. Have to see the trainers and the doctors, but at this time, really not too sure. But it feels fine right now. Just in the moment, kind of landed on it. Real sharp pain, kind of a stinger type of deal. So I think hopefully it should be good.
Coach said you told him right when that happened that you were going back in.
Yeah, as soon as when I was walking off the field, I was like, don't even get anybody else ready because I'm going back in the game. Had to go to the tent for a little bit, see the doctor, and then came back out of the tent, and they still put him in for one play. But I told him I was going, so I was ready to play no matter what.
How did that possession in the first half where Chuba went in, are you able, I mean, did you know that was going to happen? Are you able to process some things differently by watching for a couple plays from the side?
Well, no, just even when Frost was here, they Coach Mickey Joseph and Coach Whip, they do a good job of utilizing all three of our skill sets, me, Chuba, and Logan. So there's certain plays that we run on offense that they don't want me to run. They don't want me to take extra hits right now. Sometimes whenever the game calls for it, they'll call a quarterback run and stuff like that. But a lot of times it's more so plays that are, the quarterback may get hit. So a lot of times the coaches are just looking out for me and trying to protect me. But sometimes I walk over to Coach Whip and he's like, we're going to give Chuba a couple plays here or whatever, give him a series. Like I said, I've been pushing through some things the last few weeks. So I respect their decision, but personally, I'm always going to tell the coaches I don't want to come out the game. So I want to stay in the game. If I'm healthy enough to go back out there and be capable of making any type of plays, I want to come off the field. So.
What was the exchange between you and Whipple about after you took the snap?
He just no offensive coordinator doesn't want to see the quarterback or the offense take negative plays, take sacks. A couple of times today, we got beat and then should have just either threw it away or scrambled a little bit. So I have to do a better job of knowing when to throw it away and where to throw it. But I'm just trying to avoid as many hits as possible. But, yeah, in the first quarter I took 2 sacks. One of them was definitely on me, so I just need to get the ball out of my hands. I think it was like 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3. And what he said they brought a cover 0 blitz. So I went through like 3 or 4 of my progressions, but Trey was open on the backside. He was open on the left side of the field. He ran a corner route. And so I was reading it right to left. And Coach Whip was just saying you could have shortcutted it and went straight to Trey on that, to the backside. So that's kind of what was said right there.
Touchdown was just like another play in practice to him, but obviously a game tied, pretty big moment. What do you see on that one, and you have a sense that might be there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like a 70, 80-yard touchdown, so it was good to connect with Trey on a deep ball. He's been doing a really good job of running hard and practice in the game, so I just feel like that our connection is going to continue to grow. But, yeah, it was good to see him run and go get that ball, and he had to adjust and track it down a little bit, so I think he's improving at tracking it, and luckily for me, I put it out there with some air and made him go get it, so he ran right underneath it, and I think it was good timing and a good play call.
You both kind of buried this team, but you're looking around the league today, everybody's tied to this team.
Every week.
Well, how are you guys looking at it?
Yeah, every Saturday is crazy in college football. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, so specifically in the Big Ten, I mean, there's teams that went down today all in the top 25, so I think that we just have to continue to focus on one game at a time. We were watching these games in the hotel. We said, the Big Ten West is wide open. We just got to take one game at a time. Northwestern's lost a couple games since then. And then a few upsets today, I know for sure. Michigan took care of business for sure. I know there was a few upsets across the board. So we just have to focus on one game at a time, and we were focused on beating Indiana today, and that's what we did.
Quarter, Mickey said that the fourth quarter could be a momentum thing for you guys. Can that be something you can build off, you think?
Yeah, I mean, we finished today in the fourth quarter, which was big. We finished with the ball in our hands on offense, which was a positive, and we've been overdue to finish the game in victory and take a knee. So It was good for us to do that today. Like I said, I told the guys right when the fourth quarter started, we didn't play our best game, through 3 quarters. We had a lot of penalties. I think we had a penalty almost on every drive throughout the game, and it's hard to go 1st and 20, 2nd and 25. It's hard to come back for that because the chains are way down the field. But we pushed through some adversity today, and the start of 4th quarter, I kind of gathered up the O-line and offense, and I said, we're going to win this game up front. As long as we play smart and don't have any more penalties, and we put about 2 or 3 touchdowns on the board, we'll win the game. Sure enough, we went down. We scored 2 touchdowns in a row, so that's what happened.
All right, thank you, Casey.
Thank you, guys.